Bilateral relationship between Nigeria and the United States of America is based on advancing shared interest in security cooperation, global health security, development and humanitarian response, economic growth, democracy, and respect for human rights. According to the United States Department of State, the United States established diplomatic relations with Nigeria in 1960, following Nigeria's independence from the United Kingdom.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand.
We have a very cordial relationship with the United States. The United States, they know us, we know them. They respect us, we respect them. And beyond that, in terms of being strategic partners, we are not strategic partners because we are of no strategic importance really to them. When you compare, for example, to Israel, Mexico, Canada, the European Union, those are strategic allies to the United States. Obviously, because of a number of factors, but we are completely too far away from the United States. The United States gives Egypt about $3 billion annually for its military and everything and so on. We don't get such, before Biden left, he approved the $8 billion for, almost 3 Bs for Israel. We don't get such, those are what you do for your partners, for your strategic partners who are critical to your own security, who contribute to the development and innovation of your military arsenal, which we don't do.
Formal diplomatic relations were established with the opening of the American Embassy in Lagos, Nigeria, and the Nigerian Embassy in Washington, D.C. on October 1, 1960.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump.
Trump's first step was very disruptive, was very chaotic. He couldn't achieve most of the promises he made, just like he made so many other promises. And because he is not a classical politician, he has not learned the tricks politicians play. And one of those tricks is to say, the election is over, you can change your promises. But he believes that, I've said it and I'm going to do it, but invariably he runs into a number of obstacles.
The comeback win was unprecedented, having faced numerous legal challenges and even an attempt on his life to defeat Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party in the 2024 United States elections.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
It's America first, and it's always been there, particularly by Republicans. So there's nothing you can do about it. What it means for Africa is very ominous, because many of our compatriots that are there illegally will be quite apprehensive of their fate. Whoever is in US irregularly or illegally, to be prepared like Boy Scouts and to make efforts not to be on the wrong side of the law in terms of getting involved in anything that could lead to arrest or prosecution, because those will be the first set of people to, if you have criminal records or you are being investigated or you have bad precedents.
Our concern here is about our nationals, Nigerians abroad. How will this affect them? It definitely will affect those that the government of the United States, under Mr. Donald Trump, will be seen to not have their papers correctly. And there's one thing about life. The people are not made for the law. Rather, the laws are made for human beings. And once we have an assemblage of nation states coming together to form the United Nations General Assembly, and there are resolutions as agreed by the entire world to bring about lasting peace, to resolve all issues, it is incumbent on the gentleman Donald Trump to look at himself, one, as an elder statesman, a grandfather, somebody that is respected in the Committee of Nations, and tread softly.
If you have intention of doing any action, you look at what are the enabling law that will empower you to doing such kind of law. The idea that Trump wants to deport illegal immigrants is not new. He has always stated that desire, and it has always been his passion to restrain the incursion of illegal immigrants. There are two categories to it. There are those that are living in the country legally, then for one reason or the other, maybe due to the expiration of the mode on their documentation they have, they now become illegal citizens. But his focus basically is about those countries that he believes some of their citizens are found wanting in vices, criminality.
Even if you are legally documented to live in US, this is not the time to act with impunity, because once it's established that you are a threat to the peace and security of America, you are gone. Even if you are a legal migrant, be careful with what you do. Donald Trump won this election overwhelmingly because he said he was going to deal with issue of illegal, irregular, undocumented migrants. All Africans, all Nigerians living in US, I wish them well, but they should not eat with their 10 hands. They should send resources back home so that in the event, particularly if you know you are living in that country illegally, please watch your back. It may happen, it may not happen, but err on the side of caution, so that if it happens, you are not just caught unaware.
Analysts opine that he was able to fully rally his base and also appeal to frustrated voters over certain policies of his predecessor.
God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Trump will remain transactional. Number two, Trump parades himself as a master of deal making. But what he has shown with so much power is not to go through the usual process of negotiation, but to put up threats and some chaos in order to get his way. This is why most people, particularly in the Western world, they are not too worried. But what they are all doing is to remind him of why some of those things he wants to do or some of those things he says he would do will not be in the benefit of everybody.
every country, everybody are looking inwards this time around to see how they can solve the daunting challenges, especially that culminate from economy. Recently, Japan has even found its way into the Oxford Dictionary to tell you that a lot of people are tripping to climes that are favorable, that the economy realities and indices are better off than what obtains in their home country. So what Trump wants to do is to kickstart the economy, touching on all facets of the economy that are intertwined, interrelated. So the issue of migrants and illegal migrants in this case happens to be one of those aspects that he needs to press the reset button. But the challenge here is about the human rights situation. You have a lot of people that are genuinely seeking for asylum. Some are refugees, and even those undocumented immigrants. Some have given back to children. The children have already become part of the society, and all of a sudden you want to see such kind of relationship to have negative impacts on family values. It usually there's a political dimension to it.
The imperative of humanity. Whoever is a foreign national, especially Nigerians, that doesn't have their documents completed, they can give a window period. So, okay, within 90 days, within 180 days, within 12 months, I hereby announce that let us do so and so, get our papers correctly, since they are not prosecuted criminals, since they've not committed crimes that are so heinous and may not be unpardonable. No court of competent jurisdiction have found them wanting in any way at all. So it behoves on Mr. Donald Trump as president, when he resumes office, to ensure that humanity comes to play in his heart.
His message resonated with angry voters, and this feat marks the second time he has defeated a female rival in a general election. Donald J. Trump's ascension to the United States presidency opens a vista of opportunities to rejig, reset, and reinvigorate Nigeria's global standing among the Committee of Nations.
Mr. Donald Trump is known to have those policies that are of concern to reasonable people around the world. And if we could recall some of his policies while he had sway during his first term, that a lot of people in the diplomatic circles are looking at as being high-handed in the area of human rights, in the area of why it is good to take your country first. You have to also consider that citizens of other nations reside in your country. And we have an international diplomacy that guarantees the rights of every citizen in every country.
We should do more at home. Do more at home. How are countries judged in terms of power equation? You are a strong power country if your economy is sound and you are doing well and you are contributing to global development. You are very innovative, and you also play big today in the tech world. 2, if you are doing relatively well at home in terms of the strength of your human capital development, good governance, and the rest of it. 3 is your military capacity or capability. Now, once you have all these 3, of course, you earn the respect of any nation in the world. And we do not have to waste too much time, effort, money, and every other thing looking for investors. We sometimes say capital is a coward. Now, if anybody knows that there is wealth to be made in this country, they will come to you. Pure and simple.
The current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is championing reforms aimed at sustainable growth and development of the Nigerian economy. which in turn is expected to translate to better life for all Nigerians. Keying into the vision and trajectory of the world's largest economy will be a step in the right direction.
The most important thing is that they should always think of the people first. That's the most important thing. They were elected by the people, bear in mind. And you know, clever politicians always bear in mind that once they get to power, they first of all look at how they won the election. If they have a narrow win, they do not do anything too big because they have a narrow support. Conventional wisdom dictates that they do things gradually in a way to win the confidence of the people. And the last thing I say, whatever government does, they should try as much as possible to explain things to the people, It's very important. Look, these tax changes they want to make. For a major reform like that, the president should have done a national broadcast and explain some of the likely issues and why he wants that change.
During President Donald J. Trump's first term, he hosted now former President Muhammadu Buhari with fighting against insurgency and criminality, culminating the sale of Tucano jets to Nigeria.
The way you saw was the same one that we saw.
With regards to Nigeria, he dealt with us the last time from his playbook of being transactional. You remember that for years we were trying to buy military aircraft from the United States, and we could not. But when he came and the whole thing was renewed, of course, as long as we were ready to pay, he was ready to sell. So he decided that he would sell to us. Now, if there is anything similar to that again, will he be able to sell to us? Of course, he will sell to us. But beyond that, I have tried to caution that we should not pay too much attention. We should not be unnecessarily worried.
True, Nigeria is winning the war against banditry, criminality, insurgency, and other nefarious activities on non-state actors. However, no stone should be left unturned in seeing that these vices are greatly degraded, defeated, thereby posing no threat to Nigeria's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
I know things are challenging even for policymakers. You know, policymakers are not angels. They deal with issues based on certain factors. Some of these are not under their control. However, if they think more of how to help the people overcome the current cost of living, that will be very helpful. There's no textbook that I know of that has explained that you can solve all your problems by taxation. You can't. Yes, your GDP is doing well. Your inflation is somewhat down. Growth is going up. But the lives of the people have not changed. What they should try and do is to strike a balance in a way and manner that they put the people first.
For Nigeria to key in and benefit maximally from Donald J. Trump comeback presidency, tweaking existing policies and programs of government, as well as institutionalizing universally accepted norms and policies are to be upheld.
If we put our house in order, if we grow our economy, improve our human resources, improve our security, the world will come to us because this country is blessed. We have, look, Japan doesn't have one single mineral. It doesn't. But today, I think it's the 5th largest economy in the world. And Japan is responsible for a lot of technical innovations that change the world. From all these transistor radio, TV, those are the kind of things we should do. Once we begin to do those things, once we run our affairs very well, our institutions are strong, our universities are good, and people are not fleeing this country, we have no problem. So those are the things that we need to do. Whatever hand Donald Trump extends to us, we can definitely work with him in any way. But we don't have to be worried. When he decides he wants to talk to us, or if we have anything that gets so stable, if it's something that we want to buy from the United States, he will sell, he will give us. But other than that, we should not expect much.
The government of the day and the retinue of career diplomats, advisors, economists, and relevant stakeholders should put heads together towards ensuring maximum benefit for majority of Nigerians. A peaceful world is the yearning of majority of humanity. Prior to his swearing in, feelers have it that his Middle East envoy pick, Steve Witkoff, played a positive role in attaining ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas conflict in the besieged Gaza enclave.
I can't explain what we feel. I can't explain. We're like just like a big family. That's all I can feel. I don't know them, but they're like my sisters. I can't explain. It's insane.
Sustaining this positive trajectory is at humanity's best interest. Nigeria and the United States have a lot in common, such that peace and tranquility spreads around the world. Nigeria-US relations have come a long way, mutually benefiting the governments and by extension the citizens of both countries. President Donald J. Trump said during his inauguration, "It is action, not words, that counts, and you are going to see a lot of action." Policies, programs, stands, and nuances of the tiers of government, particularly the federal government, will determine the dynamics of Nigeria's relation with Trump's presidency. The time to positively act is now.